What's going on? Hey, you listen to Eyes on Smash Bros. Radio, the only, the only operational digital radio station in Jefferson County, Birmingham. That's right, the only digital radio station, which means that you can hear us everywhere you are. Alaska, down to Brazil, over in Europe. We got you covered. Hey, please, if you have not already done so, please go like, share, and follow Fast Bros Radio. We have a YouTube channel, we have an Instagram channel, and we have a Facebook page. So please, and also we have an app. Go to your app store, look up Smash Bros Radio. We have an app that will suffice if you have an Android as well as an iPhone. So please go like, follow, share Smash Bros Radio. We got you covered. Hey, listen, also, Smash Bros champions every artist. We provide an avenue, we provide a stage, we provide what you need to be successful as an artist. But also, we focus on independent artists. So if you are an independent artist, but yet, if you are an artist that is being represented, hey, we got you covered. We have shows on Saturday that will benefit the independent artists in that you can send in your music. They will play for it on the show. I think it's called the Live Review. The Trinity will play it. So that way you get access. You get the focus. You get the attention. Also later on, Big Brother, the founder of Smash Bros. Radio, Ralph Mobley, and that's Mobley. That is not Mobley, that is Mobley. He has a show in which he brings artists on and he interviews them, as well as he has this sort of like contest where you compete against each other and showcase. So, hey, check us out. Smash Bros. Radio, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We got you covered. Also, if you have any type of activities, any type of occasions to where you need a moderator, you need video, you need. Also, we're selling slots. If you want to wish to be a sponsor or donation, get us in contact us. If you want to have a sponsor, we have different packages that you can order. Hey, we can arrange everything around you to get you to be successful as you possibly can. And plus two, again, since we are a digital radio station, your product, your merchandise, your craft, your whatever is going to be out there, going to be seen, it's going to be shown. So we appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Hey, we got a lot of activities coming up. Huffman High School. Huffman High School. Your week is about here. Your week is about here. There are activities that have been planned, and I'm trying to find them. August 2nd, Huffman Alumni Gathering, free dinner buffet, drink specials at the Platinum. Shirts are being sold. Huffman High School class of 2003 Casino Royale, August 5th. That is all black attire, grown and sexy. Cost for non-alumni is $25 in advance. You can go to Eventbrite, $30 at the door. Okay. Starting Sunday, July 31st, you have High School Greek Alumni Day Party, Bazaar Bar from 1 until. Bazaar is located at 217 22nd Street, North Birmingham, Alabama. Hey, also, the alumni, one of the alumni of Huffman High School is Will Harville. Fantastic guy. One of the few that I will listen to and I will go to for advice. So please check him out, Bazaar Coffee Bar. Fantastic individual. Love him with all my heart. So Huffman, Alumni Week 2022 starts Sunday, July 31st over at the Bazaar Bar from 1 p.m. until 217 22nd Street, North Birmingham, Alabama. Also, while we're on that, understand this: an alumni association can only be as strong as the members of the organization are. Now, with the alumni association, and this is for most, if not any, for all. Alumni association serves as a nucleus. It serves as the umbrella in which it gathers all classes into one arena, and it has activities, events, and occasions and all, such as if there's a basketball game or a football game, then it sends out messages saying, "Hey, alumni, let's meet up. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this." So when you have an alumni week, people don't seem to understand there's a lot of stress, pressure when when it comes to creating, when it comes to establishing or organize the alumni week. Even though it looks easy because individuals there know what they're doing and they know pretty much have the contacts and so forth and so on, it is not easy when you're dealing with adults. You cannot tell an adult what to do. All you can do is make suggestions. It is the responsibility of the class officials, or the class officers, which in most cases were the class officers during school. So the senior class officers are responsible for the information being given out to their class after graduation. So, having said that, it is unacceptable. It is irresponsible. It is petty and messy for individuals to think that, well, I didn't know anything about it. Excuse you. I'm a former teacher. I have made numerous contacts to post. So if you are not a member of the Huffman Alumni Association, please join. If you know the class officers, get in touch with the class officers to become more organized and all. But they have sat down and they have come up with several activities starting Sunday, July 31st, all the way to Saturday, August 16th, which is the alumni picnic at 10 p.m. over at Center Point Courthouse Park, adjacent to the courthouse. Was a picnic after party at Chaser's Bar. So please get in touch with Huffman High School Alumni Association. Get in touch with the class officers for your class. Also, August 6th, back to school water adventure, Legion Field Stadium, August 6th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. You have the water slides and bully breeds. Bring the kids out. It's free. That is back to school water advance, Legion Field Stadium, August 6th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Back to school water slides and bully breeds. Come out and support. Please come out and support. Also, check Berries by Crystal. They have a mobile restaurant, as I call it, mobile lab. Fantastic cherries, fantastic smoothies. Check out their page. They have different sites that will be coming up. Follow Berries by Crystal. Let me tell you about the berries. Oh my God. Them berries will get your ass in trouble. But check out Berries by Crystal. They have a mobile unit. Check them out. Find out where they are, what sites, where the locations are. Check them out. So you have Huffman week starting August 1st over at the Coffee Bar. Then you have the Bullies at Legion Field on August 6th. Then you just check out Berries by Crystal. And also, let me check. There is one other that I want to announce. I can pull it up quickly. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Lambda Psi Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Beta Psi, Zeta Psi chapters having a back to school free school supplies book bag giveaway July 30th. July 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tom Brown Village Community. Children must be accompanied by an adult. Come and enjoy fun-filled afternoon of arts and crafts, games, face painting, food, and more. That is July 30th, 2022 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tom Brown Village Community. Back to school, free school supplies, and that is sponsored by the Lambda Psi Alpha Sorority Incorporated, the Beta Zeta Psi chapters. So please check them out. Also, get into if you would like to join the Lambda Psi Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Get in touch with Crystal Winston. So please check them out. Wonderful group, fantastic group. I love the group. So, what's going on, Birmingham? What is going on? There's so much going on. So much going on. But listen, sometimes things happen for a reason. We don't understand nor can we comprehend the reason why things are happening. There are reasons that things are happening. Sometimes we play the victim, whereas we are the perpetrator. We are the one that has set up to cause certain things to happen to us. And we have to sometimes take a step back and we have to take a deep breath and we have to re examine ourselves and we have to re examine our actions. Uh, as I've stated numerous times, I have an abundance of respect and admiration and love for the parents. Uh, I cannot even imagine, I cannot even fathom the stress or the pressure that you are going through, especially when you have children that are added to the equation, a young kid, and then if you have a teenager, man, I can't even imagine, especially with them being home. Uh, like it's as if you need three refrigerators. You need one for the family in which you totally forbid uh, the teenagers and kids to use that. This is for the family. This is not your refrigerator. You touch it, I will put you on punishment for a year. I would take all your electronics away from you. Do not touch this refrigerator. You should have another refrigerator that have the snacks for the youngsters as well as the teenagers. And they're only to touch that refrigerator, and the third refrigerator should be those drinks and refreshments and beverages that they drink, with the understanding that uh, it's filled to capacity. This is to last you till next pay period. If you are foolish enough to empty both refrigerators, that is not my problem. You touch the family's refrigerator, and I will hurt you real bad. Understand, I have insurance on you. So I cannot even, and then coupled if they are in activities, summer activities, and you're going from one side of town to the other side of town with the way gas is, uh, I know that it feels as if you are drowning, but know that you got this. Know that you are a survivor. Know that the resilience, the tenacity, the motivation, the determination, the stubbornness that you have is going to suffice and you are going to be okay. And understand that it is okay not to be okay. Understand that. We weren't taught that, but I'm telling you, listen to me. Listen to the old bald headed white man. It is okay not to be okay. None of us have experienced this. The only ones, the older generations have experienced such turmoil, such uh, devastating effect or devastating events. The only thing that sets us apart from the older generations is that it was a domino effect. It came all at once. Whereas with the older generation, they had spurts. It didn't come all at once. You had the Dust Bowl, and then we got okay with the Dust Bowl. Then we had the polio to come out, and we dealt with that. And then we had the Wall Street. We dealt with that, and then coupled with that, if you were in the black community, you had to deal with these other travesties, these other stupidities, these other racism, and we have to understand racism is a mental illness. Now, people wish to argue the point, but there's no other logic to racism other than that it's a mental illness. We fail to realize that there is one race that is the human race. Let me say that again. There is only one race, and that is the human race. And because we are part or participant or member of that race, we are going to have certain similarities. The only difference when it becomes a difference or a separation is when it comes to our culture, when it comes to social economic levels. Because each race or each human group has its own type of culture. Now, some of the cultures have combined and mixed and married together so that it seems as if the cultures are different, but there's not. There's different culture in each group, and that's the same applies when it comes to a family. You could have the same parents, you can have the same aunts and uncles and all, but when it comes to your family itself, the family unit itself, because of your marriage to a different individual, that your spouse is going to bring their spice, their ideas, their philosophies, their way of things, coupled with the way that your things are, and then they're going to combine together to come up with what your family does. Now, you may come from a family initially to where you all sat down and had breakfast together. And that was a time in which the family would get themselves together, get themselves ready for that day. Then we had a certain time that we had to be home. And usually, if you're from my generation, let me get this right. Uh, Initially, you had to be in before the sun hit the horizon. Personally speaking, I never saw the sunset because my folks were crazy. Then you had to be in before the street lights came on. And I am not ashamed to admit that I did not know. I found out in my 30s that the street lights made a humming sound when they're about to come on. Well, see, I never heard that humming sound because, again, my folks were crazy. They didn't believe in being a minute late. If they told you to be at a certain location or a certain place, or you had to be home at a certain time, which generally was around 5:30, they didn't believe in 5:31. They did not tell you 5:31. They told you 5:30. So see, I was in at 5:15. I gave myself enough time. So just in case something might have happened or may happen, I still had time to get myself home. I wasn't into pain. I was not into pain. So then we had supper together, and that's where we discussed what had transpired that day. But because of you having your own unit, your family unit, you may not have breakfast together. You may have where you have snacks and the kids are going one way, the husband and wife is going another way, the parents or whatever. But you all sat down for supper. So you have created your own tradition or your own way of thinking, but you come from the same unit. You come from the same family. Same way it is with the human race. So for another human to despise or to hate another human for no reason, for no logical reason, it's mental illness. For you to see this malicious, venomous hatred towards another human being, it's mental illness. And if you can't understand that, I recommend that you look up Jane Elliott. Wonderful lady. Wonderful lady. Wonderful lady, Jane Elliott. And she can explain to you in depth, in a better manner than I can, about this racism. Because everybody, hopefully everybody understands that all of us came from one source. We came from a black mother. We came from a black female. All humans came from a black female. That's where we came from. And it shouldn't be mind blowing. Because all of us came from that black female and then we advanced out. And because some of the humans venturing further from the equator, our skins became lighter or mutants. And people don't seem to understand or have an understanding of when I use the word mutants when it comes to white people or from the white human race, white humans. See how embedded it is. Even though I know that there's only one race, which is human race, I still make a mistake and say the human race. It's not a human race. It's not a white race. It's the white humans, or the pinks, or the pale, or the mutants. Because the white humans are mutants because we have no pigmentation in our skin. We have a shade of pink. Well, I have a shade of red because I went to tanning. So, because I look better in a tan. So, anyway, we digress. But all of us come from a black female. So, with everything that has transpired since the Orange Tangerine Idiot till now, it has fast forward events that should have taken slower to occur. But now, because of the dominoes effect, we are experiencing all of this stuff all at once, and we're going to survive. We just have to tweak. We just have to modify. We just have to rearrange. We just have to rethink how we did things in the past. Because what was the norm then, it is no longer the norm now. Again, there is not a norm any longer. We are creating the norm now. We've never experienced to where we couldn't get what we want when we want it. We never experienced to where groceries were so high that we had to pick and choose. Because see, we had this entitled mentality. We had this convenient, this microwavable mentality that when we want it now. We're not used to be told no. We're not used to being told that it's not here yet. Well, we want it now. I don't care to hear about, well, I don't want to hear that. I want it now. Well, baby, it's not now. Things that should have changed, that should have started changing are evolving. We're doing now. There's no reason for the way that we ship materials, goods, and services because that should have been changed a long time ago. But we're so used to the accessibility that the accessibility we did not realize was not really adequate for us now because of us not paying attention to the workings, to the infrastructure. There are a lot of things that are having to be done now that are having to be repaired now, not patched. Because see, things have been patched to the point to where patching is no longer patching because we're patching what was patched. So now we have to do repair, a repair that should have been done instead of being patched. Here in Birmingham, we have old water pipes that should be changed and placed with newer, up to date pipes. The sewage should have been updated a long time ago. And because of whatever reason, because of us not being focused, because of us not stepping outside the box, those of us who are connected to the sewer system having to pay double more so than those who are not connected to the sewer. And because of mismanagement, we're suffering now. And then because of the economic fiasco, we're finding that is now affecting when it comes to stuff as insurance. Because, see, we fail to realize how everything is connected and everything is like a tapestry. And as a tapestry, you have all these threads gathered together to form this one huge picture, one huge web. So, because of the economic situation, parts are more, renting cars are more, gas is more. And because of those things being increased in prices, as having a tumbling effect to where it's going to affect those of us who have insurance, because now the insurance is going to have to be raised to match the raised prices of those things that are connected when it comes to an automobile. Automobile parts are rare. Give you an example. I wasn't paying attention to when I was going through an alleyway, and I foolishly damaged my passenger side of my truck. Well, when I went to get it repaired, the repair shop did not have the door handles. And that's even when I went to the dealership. The dealership were they could not get parts. But the lady was nice enough to tell me to go to Amazon, and I had to go to Amazon and put in the correct information. And so now I have the door handles that I could not get from the dealership. I had to go to Amazon. So, yes, all of us are stressed. Yes, all of us feel as if we are drowning, but understand we're not. We're going we're going to be okay. Understand that. We're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Understand that. And you claim that. And we have to get into the mindset. We have to get into the habit that when we pray, we leave it alone. When we pray, to whoever you worship, whatever supreme being you worship. When you go to that superior being, it's done. It's done. When you have requested, when you have asked, it's done. Now, it's in his time that he gives you what you prayed for. Understand that. It's done. You leave it alone. You speak no longer of it. You think no longer of it because you have given it to whomever you worship. It's done. It's a done deal. It's done. So you don't worry about it. You don't think about it. You don't talk about it. You know that it's going to transpire. It's going to become, it's going to be into. Because when you give it to him, you leave it alone. But when you allow negativity to come in, you taking it back. Because see, we have the faith, we have the trust, we have the belief that we know when negativity comes in and we allow that negativity to fester, to grow, well, then we're showing doubt on what we had faith in initially. So again, when you pray, when you ask for excessiveness, you ask for an abundance, you ask for an increase, you ask for enhancement. Enlarge my territory. Bless me abundantly. Lessen my tongue. Sharpen my tongue. Bless those that would bring harm to me. Understand that. Bless me excessively, abundantly. Increase my territory. Lessen, soften my tongue, and bless those that would bring evil or harm to me. You leave it alone. You gave it to them. You spoke it. You claim it. You believe it. You leave it. Leave it alone. Perpetual blessings and successes. Perpetual blessing and successes. It's done. It's done. All of us, most of us, some of us are no longer what we were. Let's take, for instance, like in high school. Now, we still have those characteristics because of things changing, such as having a child. Let me tell you, having a baby will change your life, will fuck your life up for the positive. Because I've witnessed grown men, who did not have examples of what a father or a daddy was, who did not know the characteristics of what a daddy or a father was or is. I've watched those young boys grow into men, responsible men, productive men, that when that baby was born, that hardness was softened, that street sense was lessened, and they became this soft teddy bear. Now understand, let me add, understand, they still have the street in them. They control that street. The street does not control them like it did before. But now they control the street because trust me when I tell you that yes, they may have tea with their baby girls. Yes, they may allow their baby girls to paint their toenails or their fingernails. But understand, them men will still whoop your ass and won't think nothing of it. When I started in 88, 1988, I taught the authentic, I taught the real, I taught the true Crips Bloods disciples, and I had some viceroys. Now, you could not get any more, and understand, this is not a derogatory term when it comes to me and my boys, but those thugs, those hoodlums, those individuals who did not have any directions, did not have any type of focus, have changed into these men of prosperity, these men of successes. They have businesses, have careers, have professions. So, what you were as a teenager, you're no longer. But when it comes to your classmates, they don't want to see what you are now. They just remember what you were, and they want to keep you what you were. So that's why you have to get to the point to where when you have an endeavor, when you have a goal, when you have a dream, you keep that to yourself. You don't speak of it. You do things under the radar because what you think or who you think have your back, they don't. So if you want to have a club, do it. If you want to have a food truck, do it. If you want to create your own business in whatever your interest is, do it. You know what you're capable of doing, and it's more than what you think that you are. I've watched you, I've witnessed you grow from an individual with no substance, with no direction, with no nothing, to this individual that has determination, who has tenacity, who has the determination, who has the mindset that I want for me. And you can do it. You can do it. I've seen 4 businesses come into during COVID when people were thinking that, no, you need to slow down. No, you don't need to slow down. And understand if by chance you don't fulfill yourself the first year, that's cool. That's fine. You haven't failed, you've learned. Because it takes 5 years for your dreams and for your endeavors and all that to come into works. 5 years. 5 years. So when you are an entrepreneur, keep in mind that you're in the first 7 years, you're giving back to your business, to your dream. You you're reinvesting everything that you earn. So really you're not seeing anything the first 7 years. You will not see anything coming back into your pocket until the 10th year because see you have already transpired, you have already learned, you have already modified, you have already adjusted to now in the 7th year you're operating effectively, efficiently. Now you're still going to have a little quinks here and there. You're going to have a little jump, a little bump. But that's expected because you're an entrepreneur. Expect that, okay, I expect this, but always know that you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. When I started last year, I was scared to death this little, this big machine, they ain't nothing little. This big, I think it's called a mixing machine. I'm still learning the terminology because it really freaks me out to think that. It freaks me out to even realize that I have a morning show and I don't like I don't like humans. I'm an introvert. Can you believe that shit? I'm an introvert, but I have a morning show and I'm learning how to get my show up and running. I'm learning what it takes that when the cameras aren't on or not functioning, I know exactly that I need to go here. I need to right click this. I need to pull this up and boom, it's on. I still haven't I still haven't learned how to put my new logo up, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. It's not a failure, it's a learning experience. And plus, two, because of having anxiety, my first 6 months were hell, people. The butterflies were fighting each other, and I'd be damned, here comes another group of butterflies fighting the first group of butterflies. I was a wreck. I was in the bathroom 15 minutes before the show was to start. I was in the bathroom because I was having an anxiety attack. There were some times that I would think that I was doing well, and I would have an anxiety attack while on air, and I would have to close the show out. But see, now I'm not as hyper, and I don't have the anxiety that I did, so that when something doesn't function properly, or when someone has come in and has changed the format, I don't freak out. I just take a deep breath, say, well, fuck it. Okay. And so I have to go into my DM and I have to look up the video that Ralph has sent me to show me exactly how to refocus and how to redo. And see, people, I'm a prime example. At 62 years old, I'm hyper. I have anxiety. I have mild depression. I have myasthenia gravis. So technically, I'm really fucked up, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. It is what it is. So if I can do this, and this is tedious, folks. This is tedious. If I can learn this, you can do anything that you want to do. Some of you I know, some of you I don't know, but I know this. I know that I have faith in you. I know that I believe in you. I know that I admire you. And most importantly, I know that I love you. I know that. I know that you have value. I know that you have worth. I know that you're stubborn. I know that you have certain insecurities, but you're going to be okay. You're still living. You're still breathing. You're still functioning. You're going to be okay. Trust me. I'm OZZz. And you say, yeah, you sound like a dealership. But I have close to 25 years of teaching. I have watched kids come from an environment to where they have experienced things that kids should never have experienced. They have experienced things that some adults have never experienced, and they have survived. They have conquered. They have persevered, and they have come out to be the most fantastic, awesomely awesome individuals in the world. I know that. And I know that if my kids can come from an environment in which education was not a focal point, when I know that my kids have come from an environment to where mothers have told their daughters, you don't need no education. You just remember that your body is your money. And my girls have turned in to be cosmetologists, have become accountants, have become nurses, have become doctors, have become pharmacists, have become makeup artists, have their own businesses, have their own careers, working with the county government, the city government, the state government, the federal government. My girls. Now, let me tell you, and my boys, let me tell you about my boys because my boys are as successful as my girls are. So when I see my boys that did what they had to do to survive, and they have become businessmen, that they're working in government capacities, they're making major decisions. They are the true, authentic, and have the characteristics of what society says that a father and a daddy should do. When I see that my boys have become these huge men of distinction, of success, of prosperity, can't tell me you can't do anything. Can't tell me you can't, because I know you can. I know that you can. You just have to believe in yourself. That's what you have to do. You have to believe in yourself. You have to tell yourself, I can do this, and I'm going to do this damn thing. Fuck what you say. Fuck what you say. I'm going to do this. I'm going to survive. I'm going to persevere. I'm going to undercover come out all of a sudden, and boom, you're going to wonder who the hell I am. Because you can do it. You can do it. But you have to know, you have to believe in yourself. You have to love yourself. Your mama can't love you. Your spouse can't love you. Your significant other cannot love you, nor can they take care of you like you can take care of yourself. The most valuable individual in your life is yourself because you cannot take care of anyone else if you're not taking care of yourself. You cannot love anybody else unless you love yourself. Same way when it comes to beliefs, can't. You got to do it all for yourself. Because what you do for yourself is going to translate, it's going to transfer to those around you. So, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? And understand that be cautious of what you ask for. Be cautious of what you ask for because with success comes responsibility. With success comes responsibility. You can be as successful and as wealthy as you want to be, but with that comes responsibility. I tell my godsons when they start saying it's too hard, well, quit. Quit. If it's that hard, quit. You can quit. Nobody's making you do. You chose. This is what you want to do. Quit. You should see their face. Look at me like, yeah, you talking to old man. Quit. You have the capabilities. You have the capacity. You just have to believe in yourself. For whatever reason, if people have told you lies, well, they're lies. You are better than what they have told you. Because in most cases, they're scared of you, they're jealous of you, and they wish to hold you back. You do not allow anyone to have that much power over you. That includes your mama, your daddy, your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your homies. Don't let anybody have that much control over you. But you can do anything that you want. Anything that you decide to do, you do it. Yes, it's again, yes, it's stressful. Yes, it is some undeniably unreasonable bullshit going on. But trust me, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. It is okay not to be okay, but we're gonna be all right. You take one day at a time. And what you did today, you don't think about it tomorrow because what you did today was what you were supposed to do today. You can't think about what ifs. Fuck what ifs. What you did in the past was what you were supposed to do in the past. What you do now is going to be totally different unless you didn't learn from the past. See, when you're in your 20s, you have this huge pillow that is plush, that just stuffed full of feathers. So when you make those little minor mistakes, you have something to fall back on. Then in your 30s, what you didn't learn in your 20s, you're going to learn in your 30s, or what you didn't learn too well in your 20s, you're going to do again in your 30s. But understand that plushness, that thickness is no longer going to be there. It's going to be less. Then you hit your 40s. And again, it's the same replica. What you didn't learn in your 20s, what you didn't learn in your 30s, you're going to do again in your 40s until you get it down. Hopefully, you're not as stubborn as you were in your 20s and your 30s, and you're like, okay, now there's that red flag. My gut's telling me, you better close your ass down. You need, watch out. So you get this instinct. You start believing in your gut. Everybody has a gut. I'm not talking about fat. I'm talking about that sense that you start like, okay, something's wrong. So you start paying closer attention. Then in your 50s, understand your 50s, woo, you have half, if not partial, of what you had in your 20s. So it's going to be a little bit harder when you make the same mistakes because you didn't learn in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. Your 60s, well, you deserve everything to get in your 60s because if you didn't learn anything in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, well, then you're hard headed, you're stubborn, and you deserve to get whatever you had because what you experienced in your 60s, you've already experienced in your 50s all the way down to your 20s. But you're going to be okay. You're still going to be okay. It's an adjustment, people. It's an adjustment. We're going through this adjustment period. We're going through this adjustment of what the hell is the norm now. We're having to redo our budgets. We're becoming more focused, more determined. But we're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Trust me, you're going to be okay. You got this. Trust me. Now, I talk a lot of foolishness. In all reaction, in all reality, in that foolishness, there is some sense and some substance of wisdom. I believe in you. I have faith in you. I have an abundance of admiration for you. You have value. You have worth. You can do anything that you want to do. And most importantly, I love you more than I love my luggage. but you're going to be okay. Why? Because we're claiming it. We're claiming prosperity, perpetual prosperity, perpetual blessing, perpetual success. We're, we're claiming an enlargement of our territories. We're claiming an abundance of, of blessings because we can. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all stopping in. If you have any announcement, any events that are coming up, contact me on OZZz, my Facebook page, or you can find me on all lowercase, the AMs with Humes. Check me out. I am on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I have a YouTube. Check me out. I love y'all. Have a wonderful Wednesday. It's Hump Day. Have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all Friday. I have a special guest Friday. Got the best coffee in the world, better than Starbucks. Alicia's Coffee. Going to be with me Friday. We're going to talk about what transpired in the World Games, what was learned, what was gained. Check me out Friday. I love y'all. Huffman, check with the Huffman Alumni Association to find out about your activities. Check out the Bully coming up a function at the Legion Field. You know that I love you. Y'all take care. The live stream on the show. On the show. The live stream. On the show. The live stream. The live stream on the show.